is some competition in the life simulator market. Obviously, we have Paralives, which is still in the early stages of development, but game developer Paradox has announced their new coming game, Life by You, with producer Rod Humble. Now, if you're not familiar with Rod Humble, he worked on The Sims 2 and 3. He was the sim that brought you the computer as a gift in The Sims 2. I'm not quite sure what expansion pack that was. I see a lot of people on Twitter joke about how Rod brought them a new computer that ran The Sims 3 because you could play The Sims 3 in The Sims 2. And the running joke was that, yeah, you would have to buy a new computer to run The Sims 3 because it was an open world and it was massive. Now, they have announced a stream for March 20th talking a little bit about the game more in detail. But for now, I definitely want to check out the trailer and some of the images that I've seen. It looks like The Sims 5, aka Project Renee, and Paralives are definitely going to have to step up their game. Now, I know that Paralives is a smaller studio, and they don't have that many people working on this in development. So I do think that it's going to be a couple more years before we actually see the Paralives game in action. So the first thing that I notice whenever I look at these photos is obviously we have cars. I don't know if that's going to be a thing in The Sims 5 or not. Paralives hasn't really touched on cars as far as I know. Obviously, again, we have cars. I love the way that this looks visually. Paralives looks a lot like The Sims 4. This looks a little bit more realistic, especially the build buy mode. It looks like a real house, like they just took a picture of a house. I'm not quite sure like what the blue arrows here are doing. Maybe you can like extend the lot and like make it bigger, or maybe that's just pointing to like the corners of the lot. I do notice here that the lot does come all the way up to the sidewalk. So it looks like that they've made this little pathway up to the house actually touch into the sidewalk, which that's like one of my pet peeves. If you've ever built in The Sims and you're trying to pave the pathway from the house to the sidewalk or the driveway to like the road, it like has that little bit of space where like there's like, you know, grass or terrain that you can see. You have all of the build features here. It looks like on the side, you have your walls, your roof, doors, and windows. Looks like you can just build one giant box. Stairs, looks like here's the furniture for buy mode. This looks like this might be the terrain tool. Not quite sure. Oh, okay, so this would probably be the sledgehammer. It looks like a wrecking ball going into a wall. You have your fence tool, columns, it looks like. This maybe looks like a wall rotating tool. And then obviously you have your eraser. Looks like these are the wall heights. Maybe you can raise and lower the wall heights here. This nice little scene I absolutely love. You can kind of see the city and the ocean down below. It looks like our little, I don't even know, I guess you could still call it a sim, is over here doing some yoga. And then you have the beach here. Kind of looks a little empty, but definitely looks a little bit more realistic. You have some characters right here laying out in the sun. Now, I did kind of pick this photo part a little bit more than I did the rest. I love this egg chair, first of all. That is super cute. Window boxes, and then the lighting isn't super great. I don't think the lighting reflects very well off of the animated objects. They just kind of look flat, and like the contrast is super sharp here. The tree looks very realistic. I love that. So you'll notice like here in this still how harsh that lighting is on top of that countertop, how it almost glows. It definitely gives me like Sims 2 vibes because the lighting was way off in that game. Although I do like the shadowing here with the lighting coming in through the windows. The stairs do look super steep, but overall I really like the look of this. So what do you guys think? Are you going to check out the live stream on March 20th? Do you think that you would give Life by You a try, or are you strictly an EA person? I'm interested to see what they're going to have to offer, so obviously I'm going to check it out. But in the meantime, make sure that you subscribe, like this video, and make sure you have your notifications turned on so we can check it out on March 20th. Thanks, guys, and we'll see you on the next one.